Hello everyone, I'm back with you for another video. This video I'd like to show you my latest addition to my music collection and talk to you a little about my initial thoughts on it. Sorry for my voice, I've been down for the count feeling like complete crap since Friday, but I hope I'm turning the corner today. So I thought I would give this video a try, but this latest pickup is a CD that I pre-ordered. The album dropped, ironically enough, Friday, the day I started feeling just bleh. But anyway, it's Evolution by Disturbed. This is the deluxe version. It has 4 bonus tracks. I would have liked to get this on vinyl, but again, as I said in a previous video, right now vinyl's out of my price range. And just a few minutes ago, before I'm making this video, I finally felt like giving this album a listen. And I've heard reviews of this album. I watched people YouTube videos reviewing this album, and most of them were not very positive. There was some things that were positive, but mainly the reviews were negative. And on first listen, my initial thought was, boy, when Immortalized came out about 3 years ago, people were wondering what happened to Disturbed. People were thinking what happened to Disturbed on that album, which I absolutely love, Immortalized. They're going to be really hitting the roof over this. Now, I wasn't surprised by what people were saying about this album when I heard the reviews, because the band themselves have said this is their Black album. And, people threw a fit over the Black album. And some still do to this day in the Metallica camp. But, and I've never had an issue with that album. This album, I listened to it one time. My biggest issue with the album is it starts out going, and then it slows down, gets going again, slows down. There's no build of a momentum. Going from rocker to ballad, on down the line. And as for the bonus tracks, there's a live performance of the Sound of Silence cover that featuring Myles Kennedy from Alter Bridge. There's a remix of the opening track called Are You Ready? That remix is abysmal. My favorite track, ironically enough, on this album comes from one of the bonus tracks, this Venom, it's called. And just like the original, just like the actual album, this ends on a soft song called Uninvited Guest, which, for personal reasons, I kind of got caught up in because I could really relate to it. But I found myself, like the other reviewers, I found myself underwhelmed, and but not as much as the other reviewers. Because the content in here, there are some good songs on here. Even some of the softer ones. Now, if I had not listened to any review, one thing that would really throw me a curveball is one of the last 2 or 3 tracks on here. I can't remember where it falls. I think it's track 7 of the original 10. It's called Watch You Burn. I thought, if I didn't know any better, I thought, oh, this one's going to be a typical Disturbed face melter. Nope. Very acoustic song. I mean, if I had not known that going in, that would have really thrown me for a loop. Some people have said they've listened to this multiple times and it started to grow on them. Hopefully this does for me. I'm not saying it's a terrible album. I'm not going to go that far. But on first listen, I'm not stoked either. There are definitely some good things about it and some, not good things. Not so good things about it. Like I said, as of first listen, my favorite track is that song, This Venom, which is a bonus track. Uninvited Guest is not a bad bonus track. The last song I think the one thing that bought about this album and the way the style it is the fact that their cover of the Sound of Silence hits so big. They try to recapture that vibe with some of the songs in here, especially with the closing track of the initial album called They're All Gone. And that's a trap a lot of bands fall into when they have a song, even though this is a cover. The Sound of Silence was a cover. This is an original track. They always try on the follow-up album after a big, huge hit. They always try to come up with Sound of Silence 2. As far as Scorpions, Wind of Change 2 with Under the Same Sun from Face the Heat. And it doesn't have that same appeal. But right now, maybe a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. On future listens, who knows how my thoughts on this will change. But anyway, there's my thoughts on Evolution by Disturbed. Despite being underwhelmed first listen of this album, I am excited because I'm going to be getting a chance to see them live for the first time this coming spring in Chicago. And this is my first time not only seeing Disturbed live, but seeing a band play in their hometown, which I hear are usually special shows. So I'm hoping that's the case with this Disturbed 3 Days Grace show at the Allstate Arena in suburban Chicago coming up in March. I'm excited for that. Anyway, music community, Have a great day. Rock on. I'll talk to you again when I'm feeling a little better. And I hope you're all well and enjoying the music.